On November 27, 2025, August D, the artistic alter ego of BTS member SUGA, achieved another remarkable milestone in his solo career. His critically acclaimed track, Haegeum, officially crossed 700 million streams on Spotify, marking one of the most significant achievements for a Korean soloist in global digital music history. This new streaming peak reinforces not only the longevity of SUGA's influence, but also the enduring cultural power of his music more than 2 years after the release of his album D-Day. Haegeum, released in April 2023, has long been recognized as one of the strongest artistic statements from a K-pop solo artist. Driven by explosive lyricism, biting social commentary, and the bold fusion of traditional Korean instrument, Haegeum, with modern hip-hop production, the song instantly set itself apart from mainstream releases. Yet, what's even more striking is how the track has continued to grow well into 2025, long after its promotional cycle ended. The steady rise from 500M to 700M streams is a testament to how the song remains embedded in global playlists, fan-driven streaming efforts, and viral discussions on platforms like TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Analysts point to a combination of cultural relevance, music rediscovery, and SUGA's return from military service, which has reignited interest in his solo catalog. Fans worldwide began revisiting his albums, leading to a cascading effect across digital platforms. Music critics have noted that Haegeum carries themes: freedom of expression, societal control, identity, and censorship that remain universally relevant. In a world where these conversations are more active than ever, the song's message continues to resonate deeply. With 700 million streams, Haegeum is now on track to become one of the highest-streamed Korean hip-hop tracks of all time. While K-pop's vocal and pop-driven songs often dominate global charts, August D's gritty lyrical content and fearless rap style have carved out a rare space where experimental Korean hip-hop finds massive mainstream success. Spotify data trends show that listeners outside Korea, especially in the US, Indonesia, Brazil, India, and Mexico, are driving a large portion of the growth. This highlights SUGA's global reach and the rising appetite for non-English rap on mainstream platforms. There is no August D achievement without the unstoppable dedication of ARMY. In the days leading up to the 700M milestone, fans organized coordinated streaming events, countdown parties, and digital campaigns encouraging both loyal listeners and casual audiences to revisit the track. Hashtags trended across X, Instagram, and TikTok, creating a collective global push that undoubtedly accelerated the final jump. Haegeum surpassing 700 million streams represents a major turning point in how solo projects from BTS members are perceived within the global music industry. It emphasizes that SUGA's artistry stands firmly on its own, not only as a producer and songwriter, but as a cultural storyteller and genre-bending innovator. Industry insiders are already predicting that the song may hit 800 million streams within 2026, possibly paving the way for Haegeum to enter the ultra-exclusive 1 billion stream club, a monumental achievement for a Korean rap track. As SUGA resumes public activities post-enlistment, renewed attention on his discography, especially Haegeum, signals that his impact is far from fading. Instead, his influence seems to be growing even stronger, carried by a combination of global fan passion, artistic authenticity, and cultural relevance. With 700 million streams locked in, Haegeum isn't just a song anymore. It is a movement, one that continues to evolve, resonate, and break barriers well into 2025 and beyond. As Haegeum breaks past the 700 million mark, the track continues to rewrite what it means for non-English rap to thrive globally. Music analysts have highlighted that the success of Haegeum contradicts long-standing industry beliefs, especially the assumption that Korean rap, rooted in local cultural references, cannot achieve massive international traction. Yet, August D has now proven this assumption wrong twice, first with Detrita and now with Haegeum, which has become even more globally dominant. Streaming data shows a growing segment of listeners from Europe and Latin America, suggesting that the demand for non-Western hip-hop is growing rapidly, with Haegeum serving as a gateway track for broader exploration of the genre. Part of the track's lasting power lies in SUGA's signature storytelling. Haegeum blends commentary on digital age conformity with fierce personal truth-telling, a combination that listeners continue to dissect and praise 2 years after release. The raw honesty in lines questioning authenticity, social pressures, and systemic control resonates strongly with young listeners living in increasingly digital and algorithmic-driven societies. For many fans, Haegeum is not merely a song. It is a manifesto for creative and personal liberation. The fusion of traditional Korean instrumentation with aggressive trap beats also adds a timeless cultural element. The Haegeum instrument itself, centuries old, becomes a symbol of identity meeting modern rebellion, giving the track a unique sonic fingerprint unmatched in contemporary music.
Interestingly, Haegeum has also begun appearing in academic and cultural discussions. Several university professors in musicology and media studies have cited the track as an example of hybridization of traditional instruments in modern global music, hip-hop as a tool for social critique in non-Western contexts, the globalization of Korean cultural identity beyond K-pop norms. This academic recognition further cements Haegeum not just as a hit song, but as a culturally significant work with long-term relevance. Spotify representatives in previous interviews have acknowledged a phenomenon informally called the SUGA effect, the immediate surge in traffic, playlist ads, and algorithm recommendations triggered by any activity involving SUGA or August D. With his return from military service in 2025, the effect has intensified. Search queries related to his discography skyrocketed, daily listeners increased sharply, and older releases such as People, The Last, and August D saw renewed interest. Haegeum, already a fan favorite, naturally benefited the most. The spike was so substantial that several pop culture analysts suggested Spotify may highlight Haegeum in future editorial playlists celebrating influential global rap tracks. Experts believe the next chapter of SUGA's solo career could be transformative. Potential new album post-enlistment. Rumors within the industry hint that SUGA has recorded demos prior to enlistment. If released, any new August D project could push streaming numbers even further. Rise of Korean hip-hop in the West. As Haegeum continues to go viral, more Western rap listeners are discovering Korean hip-hop, possibly opening doors for greater cross-cultural collaborations. Award recognitions. With its longevity and streaming power, Haegeum may be considered for long-term achievement categories in Asian and global award shows. Path to 1 billion streams. If current growth rates hold, analysts project Haegeum could reach the 1 billion milestone between late 2026 and mid-2027, an unprecedented achievement for a Korean rap track. Online, fans express deep pride over the new accomplishment. Across X and TikTok, tags like #Haegeum700M, #AugustD, and #SUGA Streaming Party trended throughout the day. Fans posted reaction videos, edits, streaming guides, and even celebratory artwork. Many describe the milestone as a victory not just for SUGA, but for Korean hip-hop itself. The journey of Haegeum from its bold 2023 debut to a global streaming powerhouse in 2025 reflects the evolution of SUGA as an artist, from a rapper with underground roots to one of the most influential global musicians of his generation. With 700 million streams in the rearview mirror and bigger milestones on the horizon, one thing is clear: SUGA's story through August D is far from over, and Haegeum is only the beginning of an even greater legacy. With Haegeum surpassing 700 million Spotify streams, the track is no longer just one of August D's signature works. It has become a symbol of artistic freedom, cultural pride, and global creative disruption. The song's steady climb across 3 years reflects how deeply it has penetrated international listening habits, transcending language barriers and genre expectations. Music platforms report that Haegeum is one of the few non-English hip-hop tracks consistently streamed by general audiences, not just fans. This positions SUGA as one of the most influential non-Western hip-hop artists in digital streaming history. Although the song originally gained viral traction upon release, its 2025 surge is largely attributed to microtrends on TikTok and short-form video platforms. Creators have used its instrumental drop and aggressive rap segments in edits themed around rebellion against societal expectations, breaking free, transformation videos, traditional modern fusion cultural aesthetics, martial arts, performance art, and dance reinterpretations. This new wave of content brought Haegeum back into global circulation, introducing the song to younger listeners who were too young to follow SUGA's early solo releases. Within weeks, Haegeum Challenge compilations had accumulated tens of millions of views, greatly contributing to the streaming momentum. Before Haegeum, the August D persona was widely recognized for his raw introspection, personal pain, and unfiltered lyrical aggression. But Haegeum expanded the persona into something grander, a cultural commentator. The song's success at the 700M mark reinforces this expanded identity. It is not merely a follow-up to Daechita. It is a declaration of an artist unafraid to confront societal systems. In fact, many listeners see Haegeum as SUGA's most philosophical piece to date. Industry experts argue that Haegeum may go down in history as one of the first Korean tracks to globalize political rap, a blueprint for blending traditional roots with modern rebellion, a defining anthem for Gen Z and Gen Alpha seeking individuality.